3, 2.
Warning. This video contains super awesome content not suitable for people who don't enjoy super awesomeness. Viewer discretion advised.
This video contains gratuitous use of profanity and uncomfortable pauses to compensate for lack of professionalism and original thought. Viewer discretion advised.
Are we live? Yo. What's going on?
Yo.
Are we live?
We live.
Oh, what's up, motherfuckers?
What's going on?
Nothing much. I stayed up for y'all. Y'all know I'm getting old, bro. I was dead yesterday. I tried to, and bro, tell me why me and Chicken was on the phone at 7:30, and I'm like, bitch, 8 o'clock we in there. Bitch, I ain't wake up to 4 o'clock in the morning.
We late. We still late.
Definitely,
man, what's going on, Big Chicken?
Not much, man. What's going on, y'all? I'm glad to be here.
We
You already know.
Yes, sir. We got a lot to talk about.
Always.
And we got some crazy.
And I missed some of the good stories yesterday too, bro. You know, I be having opinions on some shit.
You feel me? We was just saying that. We missed you on there.
Yeah, man. You did. You missed a few good ones, man.
But here's one thing. I know my big brother Cammy and my BFF Chicken held that motherfucking shit down.
Already. You know,
Yes,
did.
sir.
All right, let's get into it.
That being said, let's go straight to it. We got Gucci Man. A lot of people not happy with Gucci Man's label.
Goo.
Yeah, so you know, a lot of artists, you know, die or go to jail or on drugs on his label. So with that being said, let's check this video out.
That's the real death row.
Oh yeah.
And look, man, Gucci's label is cursed. Everybody is, you know, saying this. Everybody has this same type of opinion when it comes to the new 17 and Gucci's label and his artists, because it seems like nobody can catch a break over there. All right, now we're gonna go through the list of artists that, you know, are signed to Gucci, man. Some of them are going through court proceedings with murder. A 15-year sentence. Pooh Shiesty was said to be coming home pretty soon, right? So, you know, there's other artists on the label that went through a lot of trouble as well. So, with Big Scar and Enchanting being the only ones that lost their life so far, will there be other artists?
Yeah.
Who is this talking? He is so fucking boring.
He sucked all
the life out this story. Like, damn, he's coming in here hard with facts. This person died this person died like this. Buddy is boring as fuck, but no disrespect, I'm kind of high right now, so y'all gotta excuse me.
Shout out to OG.
High off life, that is.
Shout out to this boy.
Yeah, shout out
to him, but anyways, let's get the information out of here. Oh man,
that will possibly lose their life soon, especially with this type of lifestyle.
And I think it's the sound on it's the background sound too that's boring.
Okay, that could be it. Yeah.
That they're living, you know, the street life and, you know, the fast life, being out there amongst the shooters and, you know, the people who are into crime, right? So now, looking at the list of the artists who signed to Gucci Mane and the troubles that they're going through, let's check it out. Hood Rich Pablo Juan is facing RICO charges, you guys.
Ooh,
now, that's one artist. Road Boy, he was dropped from the label. Kashade, she was dropped from the label. I'm assuming that was a female. Hot Boy West, as I just said, he's serving 15 years. Fujiano is serving 5 years, okay? Enchanting, as we just found out, she lost her life today. They had to pull the plug after she was on life support, right? And we found that out through the rapper Lil CJ Casino out of Fort Worth, right? And then Big Scar, as we know, he passed away on December 22nd, 2022. All those 22s, right?
Yeah.
And
people keep dropping.
Pooh Shiesty, he's serving 8 years. And like I said earlier, Pooh Shiesty is said to be getting out of prison pretty soon. Now, as we continue to go down the list, these are more artists that Gucci either recently signed or they were already signed to the label, right? You got
Yeah, so yeah, a lot of people on this label keep going to jail. They're on drugs, and yeah, they die.
Yeah, I don't think it's a curse. I do think that
The type of
Gucci
people that he choose, I think he let anybody in, just anybody.
bingo, and you know Gucci gonna get you up out the hood. One thing Gucci gonna do is
Uh,
go get a motherfucker from the hood. You get what I'm saying? And maybe because of the type of talent that he acquires, you get what I'm saying.
yeah,
These are the type of situations that they're going to wind up in. Because these, one thing about what was this label called?
the new 1017.
Hello. One thing about them, even from back in the days, you feel me? They some real motherfuckers. This ain't no industry
Yeah,
shit, and they make some
right.
Right.
really, really good music too.
Right.
Yeah,
They
the
still have regular
music.
lives outside of what they do. They still have regular lives that they don't give up. They still continue living their lives regardless. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But anyways, yeah, shout out to them, man. Gucci.
Yeah, shout out to
People are looking
Gucci.
at
Shout
him
out to
bad.
Gucci. That's the East
Yeah, people are
Atlanta
looking at him.
Santa.
They just
Yeah,
trying to get a little understanding as to why all the bad stuff happening to people under his label,
But
or
I
yeah.
maybe he
don't
just
think
not.
it's just them. Let's look at
Yeah, I
the
don't think it
industry.
is.
You get what I'm saying?
I,
As a whole, you get what I'm
I
saying?
think I
Especially
think
the hip
his
hop
happened
urban
back to back.
industry. It's a lot of bad things happening to a lot of people, period.
right. That's
You
that
feel
Yeah, I think
me?
definitely
it's
it is.
because
And maybe it's time to switch up the things that they're speaking life into. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't even
thank you,
listen to
cause
rap
that's
music
why
no
we
more. That's
wanted you
all.
yesterday. That's why we wanted you yesterday. You definitely right on that.
Right.
It's time. It's time to change it up. Like
Yeah,
in my leisure, like when I'm in a car or some shit like that, I don't even listen to rap music no more, bro. I
I
be
feel
on the
you.
contemporary gospel station these days. I
Yeah.
know I done got old. Not saying that I won't go check out some hip hop, like when we be out and shit like that. I'm definitely gonna
Uh-huh.
vibe out, but I can't
But
keep
on a
putting that
regular
shit into my
basis,
energy. I'm trying to get some money right now. I'm trying to like change my life right
I
now,
feel you.
and
I
I'm
feel
not
you
going
on
to be
that.
able to change my life if all I'm listening to is kill,
Okay,
murder,
okay, okay.
murder,
Yeah, yeah,
slut,
yeah, yeah,
slut,
yeah,
this,
Right.
yeah.
this, that type shit. So I've been
Yeah.
watching what I put into my motherfucking ears. Fuck all that,
You know what? You
and into my
definitely right on
motherfucking
that.
eyes. Fuck all that.
I agree
You
with you
got
on
to.
that
You
one.
got to. Definitely.
So I love Gucci. I've always loved his talent. I hope that justice is served in a lot of situations because a lot of times we want to give people passes that
Definitely.
don't need passes. If you break the law, you do the time. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
If you get caught, I'm not knocking anybody's
Right.
hustle. You get what I'm saying? But I hope
But this is
justice is served, and I hope everybody comes out like in the best situation possible type shit.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
When it comes down to enchanting, how what was her name?
Uh-huh.
Enchanted.
Yeah.
Okay. When it comes down to her, I feel like justice won't be served until they find out who's supplying the pills, who's
Mm.
supplying the drugs, and all of that. It's like a whole bigger scheme to it. Like, yeah, she overdosed, but you can't really blame
Oh, this is the
the
lady that
person.
overdosed that Charleston White was
Yeah,
talking about.
yes. That's the one that
Oh
this
shit! So it's
this
a
lady
lot.
right here.
Okay, and then I am okay. Thank you for
But
Mm.
I
saying that,
don't.
chicken, because I am looking at this as in black and white and not looking at that these each one of these people have their own deep stories going
That's
on.
what I was saying. Yeah,
Yes.
like they all
Yeah,
still
so
continue
okay, let me
living their
retract my last
lives.
statement. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
They don't
Hmm.
give up that life. They still live it. Like regardless of the fame and whatever. Like because if they really did change their lives, they wouldn't be in this
And
situation.
okay, now leading into that,
Exactly.
this is how you know all this internet shit is fake. All
Right.
this
Yeah,
money
it
that
Facts.
they
is, of
flashing and
course.
shit is fake. This is how you know this shit is fake. It's all
Right.
an illusion. It's all a gimmick. It's smoke and mirrors. Because if you really getting it like that, if you really making this much money a show, why am I
Right.
going to
Yep,
jail
a
for
little bit.
selling cocaine?
Right.
You
I'm
get
like,
what
yeah,
I'm
for
saying? Why
sure.
am I stealing? Why am I
Yeah,
robbing motherfuckers? You get if I'm really getting it like that, there's no need to do that unless I'm just batshit fucking crazy and I need material for my next album.
exactly. Yeah, insane, man.
So yeah,
Insane. But anyway, shout out to them. We're not talking bad about y'all, but it just
not at all. We love you, Go Up. We love you, Go Up, and we love
but
all your artists. And again, the statements that I made earlier was just a blanketed statement
Yeah.
overall. I do know each one of you guys are dealing with your own stories, and I know sometimes I can come off as insensitive and stuff like that. But I just try to keep it one motherfucking 100. That's it.
Hey, as you should.
Are his artists his responsibility? Let's be real though.
Yeah, of course.
Is it really your responsibility?
I don't think so. I don't think they're his responsibility.
No, not personal responsibility, but
No. But you see,
I think their responsibility because
names.
it's like a job. You get what I'm saying? Like, I hired you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You need to show and prove to me, not the other way around. Because the East Atlanta Center gonna be the East Atlanta Center with or without a label. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about big belly guap.
Not this new clone that them sent out.
No. Whether it's a clone or not, this clone has dropped some hits. This clone keeping up with the big belly guap too. I don't know if it's a clone or not, but this clone dropping hits.
You talking hits, but anyway,
dropping hits and killing shit.
Shout out to them. Anyways, we got another crazy story. We have a mom, a lady. She she killed her husband.
Oh Lord. I think this is the new norm. This is the new norm in America. You just take your
it's spouse. A lot of things. This thing, that's
no matter
what's
if that was
going on.
Your ex, your new one, your last one, and you're gonna find somebody to kill them for you. That's the new normal.
And it's across the board. Well, I don't know what color these people is.
But here's the thing. Here's what's crazy. She killed the guy just to write a book.
Yes, good book.
She needed material.
Do you feel me?
She could have went and killed the cat. Nah, got the same material.
My God, that's insane, bro.
Bitch, you gonna get more time for that.
You're right. They're gonna slam the hammer on you for animal.
Oh Lord, and here comes Peter.
Insane. But anyways, let's check out this story.
Yeah, let's get into it.
We want to bring in now a guest and friend of the program here, Greg Rogers, who is a private investigator, former FBI agent. Greg, thanks for being with us here. So many people are talking about this case and just the circumstances surrounding it. What are your initial thoughts on it?
I've read the complaint, and they've done a pretty good job of putting the physical evidence together. It's I think what's shocking to most people is she's made a lot of local appearances on different programs and talked very lovingly of her deceased spouse, and having written a book basically largely about how she's dealing with her grief and how she's helping her kids through the loss of their father. So it's the stark contrast between that and now being charged with actually committing his murder is to be frank, it's just shocking.
Yeah, a lot of people really taken back by all this. Like you said there, to write a book about grief, then to be charged with her husband's murder is just also shocking. I mean, why do you think it took so long, though, for an arrest to happen here, considering that he died in early 2022?
Police department that did that case, they seem to have had pretty good physical evidence from the very beginning. In the complaint, it talked about they served search warrants and had access to their computer information. They had family information. They have a individual who's identified in the affidavit.
Investigator.
As CL, who was clearly the drug distributor who got her the fentanyl, who has a criminal history, and she knew that person. That person had the ability to acquire narcotics for her, and so they have pretty good evidence. I suppose they just wanted to take their time and make sure they had it locked down and had all the information they needed. And in deference to them, it's not a case where you have to worry about her harming someone else. This isn't someone that you think is being aggressive towards other people. They clearly believed that she was after her husband's insurance policy.
There we go.
It was a little over $3 million.
There we go.
And
definitely did it for that $3 million.
I think they just took their time to make sure they had all the facts straight, and they've done a pretty good job of putting that case together.
Yeah, and so to explain this a little bit further to viewers, police say that she poisoned her husband, made him a mixed drink, celebrating a business accomplishment one evening while their kids were asleep, and they say that she had an excessive amount of fentanyl in it, and eventually it ultimately killed him. As we know, she poisoned him to death, according to police. So thinking more about how he was killed and that perspective here, is it difficult for authorities here to prove that she supplied the fentanyl into his beverage, that she was responsible for this?
Yes, I mean, because her defense would clearly have been that this was self-induced, that maybe he had a problem with opioids. It's very easy to overdose on fentanyl, especially street fentanyl, because the drugs you're getting out of, she got those from a supplier here out of Ogden, Utah, which is unfortunately known to it's a place to go to get methamphetamine, fentanyl, Oxycontin, other hard drugs.
This man died.
She took him after, because that's when she was on a promo book run.
Oh yeah, she did it, and then there was $3 million on the line too.
She was on a book.
$3 million on
She
the
was on
line.
a book tour. She was living life.
And guess
So
what?
she's signing this book.
Right, she's
She's
traveling
sitting
the
down at a
world.
table with a bunch of books. It's hoes waiting outside the line, wrapped around the street for this
with
bitch.
her good book.
Man,
did she get the money?
A lot of women probably could relate to her story. For real.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of women that we cover on this network.
She got a lot of fans. You already know she do.
I might need to read this book now, and it's a children's book too.
Children's book, yes.
But you might have to read that bit backwards. She's probably in there teaching kids how to kill their
how to
kill their
fucking maybe they daddy.
But those are street drugs, so these aren't controlled by the FDA. You may get a pill that's represents that it only has so many milligrams of fentanyl in it. It's gonna, these are being put together by non-professionals. So it's easy to overdose on fentanyl, unfortunately, and it takes a very small amount. So her defense would have likely been that he had a opioid problem and that he accidentally overdosed, like we've seen in the media with celebrities. But
why it gotta be celebrities?
That's a tough argument for her now, because she was the one that was acquiring the drugs.
And
what they've learned from some of the families, the searches of the social media and the family's laptops, is that he was telling his family that he was concerned that she was trying to poison him.
Right, yeah, a lot of really interesting details coming to light here. And the medical examiner, too, Greg, said that Eric Richins had 5 times the lethal dosage of illicit fentanyl, an opioid that's already 50 to 100 times more potent than morphine in his blood.
That is insane. And then she got the drugs in the streets.
And then she clearly doesn't need the $3 million if you're able to buy that amount of fentanyl.
And she clearly didn't need to give him a hot shot. She could have just gave him something to take him out slowly.
And then here's the thing too.
She murdered him.
That much fatty. As soon as that shit would have hit my tongue, I would have spit it out. You can't taste poison.
I wonder how
all about the money.
Was able to sit there and watch him react to this drug. That was crazy. That's crazy. That bitch needs to go under the fucking jail.
It's for the money.
You done gave this man a drink, a cocktail, or whatever.
A volatile cocktail.
Oh my gosh, that's.
And then
sad.
you already suspecting this bitch trying to kill you.
Man, what the fuck?
You got
the drugs drinking everything they been bringing you. That's crazy. Now he wild. Look at it, and you know he was off the chain. Where these people from? Oh, Utah.
Utah, yeah.
That's him.
Utah. No. That's another story. I'm getting ready. It's another crazy one.
Gotcha.
You know who else got the crazy stories?
It's a lot of money in Utah.
Once he found
out crazy stories out here.
Right.
It's one back to back.
Oh Lord, what is this one?
All right, this one we have this guy. As you can see, this guy right here. He's a master manipulator.
I think I know about this story.
So this young lady right here killed this lady because this guy, he was having sex with this young girl. They adopted her. So with that being said, let's check out the story. We can get more context.
Of 13-year-old Megan witnessing a horror no child should ever see. Her sister, Sabrina, stabbed their mother, Lisa Knefel, over 200 times. And as the officers apprehended, interrogated, and charged her with murder, one question still remained. Why did she do it? To understand whether it was intentional or manipulation, we're taking you through the case of Sabrina Zunic and what caused her to stage such a massacre in her foster home. Meet Sabrina Zunic, a poor child raised in a house where both parents struggled with drug and alcohol addiction. After being in the care of her grandmother for years, she was sent to the Emma Cayley Receiving Home at age 14. The next few years went by with her being moved in and out of the foster care system with no loving family to call her own.
Oh, shoot.
That was until July of 2011 when she was placed in the care of Kevin and Lisa Knefel. Initially, Sabrina blended well with them and their two daughters, Megan and Haley. But just a few months later, Zunic started acting out and fought with Lisa because she gave preferential treatment to her own daughters.
Crazy stories back to back.
Even though Kevin sided with Sabrina, she still felt left out of the family, even though she was not doing anything that would upset a parent. She was getting along with the sisters and doing great in school. But there was something about the share of love at home that just caused Sabrina to snap. In the early morning of November 16, 2012, the Willoughby Hills 911 dispatch received a chilling call from 13-year-old Megan.
911, what is your emergency? What is going on? Hello? Who has a knife? My sister. Where is your sister? Quick! What? I got everyone coming to you, honey. Where is your sister?
As the cops rushed to the scene, they found Zunic with a bloody 15-inch knife still in her hand. And in the master bedroom was the dead body of Lisa. The reason why Sabrina didn't flee the scene and just stayed there is because during the attack, Sabrina suffered several...
Uh-oh. What we got going on here? Okay, we got some ads. I mean,
stab wounds and was in a state of shock.
It is.
After she was taken to the hospital to treat her wounds, she was brought into the interrogation room just 10 hours after the murder. Sabrina was 17 at the time, so she should have had a parent or guardian present during the interrogation. But, according to the Ohio Revised Code section 2152.2, a 17-year-old can be tried as an adult if it's a serious offense, such as aggravated murder, which was the case here.
Please. You remember me, right? I'm Jim Vitale. I'm a policeman. This is Detective Parmer, Detective Broadwater. They work with me. Hi.
So make a long story short, let's go all the way to 22.
When I learned about Mind Bloom, I was curious if psychedelic therapy could actually help with...
Wrap it up.
There's no proof that this event happened.
There you go.
But to us, this seems like a foiled attempt at discrediting her sister. Even so, the detective realizes that she's sticking to her memory loss story and is not ready to open up. But, even so, the detectives have more than enough to charge her with first-degree aggravated murder. But as Zunic went through this painstaking process towards prison, not many focused on the man with the alibi, her foster father, Kevin. When Zunic was getting interrogated, he had arrived home, and according to the authorities, seemed calm and seemed more curious about the attack than disturbed by it. When she was booked into the Lake County Jail, he went to visit her, but got irritated when he was told that he couldn't. Around the spring of 2013, Zunic sat in jail, and Kevin collected his dead wife's insurance money, paid off his home, bought cars and a house in Florida,
That's what's going on right now.
Flying lessons. For someone who lost his wife in such a gruesome way, Kevin doesn't seem remorseful at all. That is because he was already planning to part ways with Lisa before this incident. At this point, the detectives tried to make a connection with Kevin and the killing, so they brought him in to ask questions. Considering that Kevin walked in with his lawyer, they told him that they'd ask about his wife's work.
Kevin, do you know anything that was happening at the house the night before you left for work that night? Well, hang on a second. We just talking about his wife's work. What's going on at the house the night before is not his wife's work. Okay. Where does your wife work at? County Children's Institute. What did she do there? She was a... Going through a divorce? Okay, now we're getting outside the...
No matter how much they try to redirect the questioning towards the event, the lawyer would butt in and stop them. But even in the basic line of questioning, the detectives noticed that he kept looking down and didn't react. It was almost impossible to get him to crack at this point, but nearly 6 months after the murder, there came a breakthrough. Zunich agreed to talk to a prosecutor through a process called a proffer. In simple terms, Zunich is willing to confess the intent of the murder to a prosecutor and be 100% honest. This is the first step taken before entering a plea agreement. And while we don't have the complete proffer discussion, we have more than enough to understand the shocking truth.
This is Kevin Knafel, my foster father. It was Kevin's idea, and it was talked about after we were having sexual relations, and him and Lisa were having problems in marriage. He wanted to get a divorce, but Haley, which is a 3-year-old daughter of his and her, was in the picture, and he wanted full custody. She would get custody or it would be shared, and he didn't want that happening. So the alternative was for this to happen.
When was it, after you started to live there on a daily basis, that your relationship with Kevin changed? When did the sexual nature start to change?
It all started not with sex, but with massages, because he was a truck driver and his legs would cramp, so it was inner thigh. Then
what the fuck?
It progressively got into sex.
Does he ever tell you, hey, you can't tell anybody about this?
All the time.
Did he say what would happen if you told?
Then you'd be taken out of my care and I could lose my foster parent license.
What did you
You
say
need to lose that fucking shit.
I would never do that. Telling him.
Welcome back.
Kevin was the mastermind behind this. He convinced her that after the killing, she'd only do 2 to 3 years, and during those years, Kevin would visit and keep tabs on her. But after his absence of 6 months, she decided to break the silence and reveal what a monstrous foster father he was. And it wasn't just her word against him.
Right?
Turns out there were more than 1,500 messages exchanged between the two, most of which were awfully sexual in nature.
Wow.
On June 11th, 2014, Kevin Knafel was found guilty on all 11 counts. 6 counts of sexual battery, 3 counts of complicity to commit aggravated murder, and 2 counts of conspiracy to commit aggravated murder. He was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole in 2013. Zunich was also given the same sentence because the proffer granted her parole for 30 years.
Woo.
Restaurant store.
Cheers. I hope she learned the biggest lesson of her life.
Yeah.
I think she might actually learn something from this. She didn't seem like a bad kid. She just seems like she got put in the wrong fucking home.
Yeah, she got manipulated.
And you can't get mad at her because she's also a victim in this.
Right.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? She was manipulated into like falling in love with somebody that was supposed to be her like protector and somebody that's supposed to be like in guardianship over her. Seriously. Oh Lord, Cammy now, Lord Cammy.
I know.
Don't tell me.
No. That was the last story for today.
No happy stories.
That was the last story, man.
But wait, before we go on to the next one, there was a lot to unpack there. I definitely think that she committed a crime. She knew what she was doing. And to stab a bitch over 200 times.
Yeah.
Right. I'm pretty sure he was probably there.
That bitch had to have a bionic arm.
Man.
He was probably there and helped.
Unless she had 2 knives and she was going at it like this.
Yeah.
No, she definitely doesn't need to be out on the streets, but I do think maybe prison wouldn't be the best place. Maybe a psychiatric home, because you're already in there fucking your guardian.
Yeah.
Well, technically, that is
his old lady, and you were able to stab this bitch 200 fucking times.
Yeah.
But at the age that she's at, can she really consent
17.
to sex?
Damn, that's
Can she
insane.
really consent to sex with a grown man? No,
At
basically.
17, yes.
Exactly.
Well, no.
But she's been
Not
in the
okay.
house
In this
since
situation, now, if it
15.
was two 17-year
Yeah.
olds, I'd say yes.
Mm-hmm.
If it was somebody in that age
What
group,
he
but
did
no,
was a crime. Off
this is
rip.
a
What he
crime,
did was a
definitely.
crime.
Yeah.
What he did
He
was a
definitely
crime.
manipulated her.
Yeah,
He
he did.
raped,
And
molested
wait, pause
her,
it.
all of
What
that.
Grams at? We got to make sure she ain't killed Grams.
Hey, grandma died. Hey, she probably like, some
Natural
kids.
causes.
Yes, some kids, man, they just natural like that. They natural killers.
So, and then, okay, yes. Okay, you heard what you just said. For her to have stabbed this lady 200 times and then sit in the interrogation room calm as fuck, you crazy. Get that bitch off the streets.
Yeah.
Look at her. She's still crazy. She was going along with it until her
This grown ass
That's what he
man,
fucked up at.
this grown ass man manipulated a teenager into killing her guardian. Are
Yes,
you
that was
freaking kidding
absolutely
me?
wrong. I agree with you on that. What I'm saying, the
Because
200.
he didn't have the knife, it makes him look less of a victim. I mean, a
No,
suspect,
he's
I guess.
definitely
No,
the
he's
worst
definitely
person in all
he's
this.
the mastermind.
He's the worst person in all this. What I'm saying is,
but
it was
did
overkill
200
with
times.
200
Yeah, it was
times.
overkill.
Like
Yes.
you turned into a fucking animal. Like you could have just killed the lady. Not saying that you should have killed the lady. I'm not saying should have.
He told her to kill her. She did what he told her to do.
Yeah, but she did it 200 times. Stabbing her 200 times.
They both might have had 100 stabs each. They just ain't putting that in the paper.
Yeah,
this little sister was on the phone with the police. You heard the police call.
Man.
That's crazy. If I was a little sister and this bitch is in my house that we don't really know and she's stabbing like crazy, I would have got the fuck up out of the house. She's standing there like watching it and I'm only like 4 years old. Bitch, I would have cleared it.
But yeah,
this
man,
bitch about to kill me
bro,
next. That would have been the only thing.
that is insane.
Cool, this is not a laughing matter, but yeah.
Yeah, but anyways,
she was definitely manipulated. The guy needs to get life in prison because he set the whole thing up.
Yeah, they give him life in prison.
Yeah, and I think she just needs help. She needs therapy.
Most
she also doesn't need to be on the streets right now. Definitely not.
Maybe next 20 years.
Yeah, give her
15. Yeah, 15.
I say give her
15 is all right.
Yeah.
For overkill somebody.
we over here trying to see what the proper sentence is.
Oh man, but anyways, that's it for today. We appreciate everybody for watching on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you watching, man. We appreciate y'all. Tune in with us every Tuesday, Wednesday, and on YouTube, I upload a video every day. So I chop up
like, comment, and subscribe to our
every day. Go comment,